My man's a Goku? I mean, okay. Why not? Talk about Goku. Let me preface the video by saying, once again, this is not an end-all be-all guide of how to play a character. This is just where your character belongs on the team, in my opinion. And me saying why. But don't expect me to show you combos. Don't expect me to show you these 6 setups, right? Don't expect this to be a guide. Expect this to be informative as to why a character belongs on this spot in the team as opposed to the others. Why he is strongest here. Okay? If you want to play said character. Now just because the character fits in that spot doesn't mean they're gonna be hella buff, right? Like, for example, Super Saiyan Goku's an anchor character, right? Because of his utility. Well, I mean, I guess you could kind of put him anywhere after they nerfed him, right? I guess at this point it probably doesn't really matter. But you still don't want to have him on point because of his beam assist, right? This assist is too good to have as a point character, right? Kind of a rule of thumb. Kind of a rule of thumb in, you know, team-based games. If you have a move that's a beam that goes full screen, you don't want that character to be point. Let me just put that out there, you know. Marvel, free. Dr. Doom, he has a beam. He's never point. He's mid or anchor. You know, God forbid you play Iron Man. Mid or anchor, right? Any characters with projectiles. You know, you want to be able to use that utility. Unless that character is actually like designed to be a point character, which Super Saiyan Goku is far from. Alright, Goku Black. You're not gonna put him on point. You're gonna put him on anchor, right? Yamcha, Krillin. Well, Krillin could potentially work point, but it's better to have him anchor. Not anchor, sorry. Mid. Because of his utility on his assist. Yeah, someone in my chat being smart, they said Magneto has a beam, he's anchor. No. Like I said, projectile. Could help out, but they're probably going to be better in a different position. Alright? Okay. Anyways. Let's talk about Goku, dude. My man's fall from grace. Remember this move? Remember how good this move used to be? Remember how much you could depend on this move? Oh my god. They made it slower. Oh man. They just made it worse all around, dude. This move's got to go back to being like at least 11 frames, man. It doesn't matter that they gave you more range. Because throwing anything out from this far will always be a risk in general. Because they can just jump over it, right? They can super dash, whatever. Rest in peace, 2M. But moving on. This is not a memorial service for 2M, dude. It's not a wake to look at his leg chopped off in a casket. Every Goku just weeping over it. But in the back of their mind, they're saying, wouldn't let that shit happen to me, though. Anyways. My opinion. Anchor, right? His utility on his beam is just too strong. Right? He still has good sparking anchor combos. You just have to rework them. Like, man, who's that player from Europe or the UK? He has a really good Super Saiyan Goku. I know Wawa still plays him, but there's one more. Well, if you want to see how you play Super Saiyan Goku now, dude, go watch Wawa. Wawa really shows like how to play him, right? I don't think Wawa plays him anchor though. But yeah, so you know he's still basically the same old Goku, right? He can still do a bunch of damage by himself, right? You get the hit, whatever. You can do these. You can still do these combos in the corner, right? Get all the damage. It's all still intact. They just slowed down his 2M, which you know sucks. But by himself, he can still do everything that he was able to do before. Still gets all the damage. He can still do stuff like this, right? So Goku doesn't really need assist. Oh well, I'm too far. But Goku doesn't really need assist to get damage. Right? He doesn't need assist to get sliding knockdowns. Okay. He can do all that by himself, right? He can do all this damage. He can stand. He can do whatever. Blah 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 blah. Like, look, I even know advanced combos with Goku. And I just took like, I don't know, 75% of my man's life. And I know that's not even optimal, right? So Goku has no trouble where, as I showed in a previous video, Krillin doesn't do much damage by himself, right? You know, unless of course you get the good hit, right? You have to get the good hit. Gogeta Can't knock down by himself without sacrificing a lot of damage. Right? Sucks. Doesn't have a good SKD. Can't even get Oki on his SKD. Right? They're all the way on the other side of the screen. Goku, you keep them in your face. You still get a chance to do whatever the hell you want to do, right? You get a chance to read their wake up. Go for the Oki. You know, your frame data's not bad. You know, aside from you know, 2M. Multi-key blast. He has a lot of tools that he can use by himself, right? Key blast, beam, right? You can cancel your key blast with the 2H to hit a super dash. I mean, you could kind of use his 2M as a poke, I guess, but you just gotta be careful. But it just ain't the same. This character's just in a tough spot this season for no reason at all. No reason at all. They put him in a tough spot where like you're kind of questioning where he has to go. But anyways, like I was saying, Goku has a lot of tools that even if he's by himself, he can still make the comeback, right? As Anchor, even though they nerfed him, you know. He has a lot of ways to make himself safe, right? I wonder if you could backdash. Oh, that doesn't work. Is that not true? No, you can't backdash that. But yeah, he just has a lot of ways, right? He has this mix-up still, which is really good. Even though he has no low light, he still has a lot of good mix-ups in the game, dude. This, get the fake cross up with the Kamehameha. Obviously, you try and get to do super dash, right, to fake it. But he has the tools to make the comeback, unlike some other characters, where when they're by themselves, they'll just lack damage, right? They lack neutral. They lack a way to level 3. They lack a way to get the knockdown anywhere on the screen. You know, without spending like a vanish or some resource, you know. Or with, sacrificing damage, right? Because some characters can get a super dash hit, right? And just milk it for all it's worth. Or, get the super dash hit. And then just extend. Any which way they seem fit. Oop, I missed, but whatever. You know what I'm getting at here. Give him a command grab. He does not need a command grab. He just needs his 2M back. He just needs his 2M back. Obviously, he can angle his beams. So he still has the tools. He just needs this one thing back. And all of a sudden, he's gonna shoot up the tier list again. But I can see why some people are still playing him. But he's still pretty good. He still has utility in the game. Still does damage. Right? Still has good mix-ups. He's really good mix-ups. Take it out. He can level 3 is still really good. Still does a lot of damage. Yeah, he still got sauce combos that do damage. But he just his only low, right? His only low in the game for him got heavily nerfed for no reason. I would understand if they nerfed this if he had a regular low light, but he does not have a regular low light, which makes no sense to me, right? But yeah, if he had a regular low light, I would understand the nerf a little more, but he doesn't. And then you can't forget he has different angle key blasts. This is pretty good at sniping people, right? I wonder if you could oh wow, you could actually cancel that into 2H. It's pretty good. Man, poor Goku, dude. I can't see him as a point character, dude. Just for the simple fact that he can't even mix you up with his 2M anymore, right? Can't even try to like fake a high and then go low. He can still do this, but he can convert off of it by himself, so you wouldn't really need an assist for it. I don't know. Rest in peace, Goku. He's in a tough spot this season, but I still think he's really only mid, anchor, not point, not mid. His assist is just too good to put him on front. And the only struggle he really has is his 2M. So has good key blast. He has a decent jab, right? 5M's the same. He's got the same mix-ups he did from last season. Tatsu's, right? Kind of a burst move when they're in your face. Like if you block a super dash, it's fast, it hits them, get a conversion off of it. You just have to know saucier combos this season. Honestly, Bardock can be point or mid, dude. He's one of the few characters that has the luxury of either being either or perfectly fine, right? One's not necessarily better than the other. Here's the thing, right? Bardock has 2 good assists. He has Rebellion Spear and Bardock B. Shout outs to No Kami, dude. That guy, love that guy. That guy's tight. Shout outs to Bardock B, dude. So Bardock has the luxury to have a burst assist or a super dash assist, right? Equivalent to super dash DP assist, right? Or Bardock B, right? Oh wait, let me switch it up. Let me put you as Bardock B. So you could choose either or. A lot of people prefer Bardock B for the hit stun. Give the mix-up options. Some people still use Bardock Rebellion Spear just because of how fast it is. You get super dash and call him, get a mix-up or whatever. But it doesn't matter. They're both great. They're both fantastic. It's like picking an assist with Dr. Doom. Maybe you change it depending on the matchup. I don't know. Yeah, even if Bardock ends up as an anchor, like let's say your other 2 characters die, he still can play that position, right? What sucks is that he doesn't have, by himself, he's not very scary, right? He doesn't have any very strong mix-ups. He has good pressure. He can space himself really well, right? Like, if you try to super dash here, he can react to HU, right? And then with Ki Blast, he spaces himself really well. He ends with 2M. Look how well he spaced, right? He spaces himself to where if you hit a button, he'll counter jab you, you know? He can still do it as anchor because he's just that good of a character. But he's not very scary. You just have to win in neutral, which is not hard as Bardock when you have Lariat. See, he probably has it rough this season. Yeah, everyone's mad at him. Yeah, he still has moves that ignore neutral, right? He still has Lariat, you know, Ki Blast, Lariat, right? This move is just so buff, dude. Air Lariat, Air EX Lariat, dude. That's all you need. All you need is Lariat. To make himself +4 with Tyrant Lancer. Obviously, it's a risk to throw out, but it's not really that big of a risk. He can still do it as anchor. That's crazy. It's not his best position, but if you end up with Anchor Bardock, you don't really have to worry about it, as some other characters still gets damage, right? He has an air level 3. Very, very important, dude. Very important to have an air level 3 at any point in the game. More important as Anchor, because you're flying solo, dude. If you can't get a guaranteed knockdown, when typically you get more damage from extending in the air, you're gonna have a bad time. But yeah, having Bardock point or mid is definitely optimal. You get the obviously the block strings, right? You call them. You can do this mix up where you air dash over, right? You do jab, Ki Blast. That's how it's hard to block. It's not insane to block, but it's definitely hard to react and block this, considering that jab is 6 frames, right? Really fast cross up. So it definitely helps him open people up, right? You throw the Ki Blast to make it easier to convert. He's got this jab, right? You get a jab check people after a super dash. But like if people hit a button, you just jab check them. You get the hit, make your opponent explode. Even if you're not in the corner, you just do this, right? Extend, whatever, go into super, whatever you may see fit at the time. And the cool thing is you can just do this anywhere on the screen, really. I mean, I missed the timing for the super dash. I don't play this character like that, but you get the point, right? Like, he has a ton of ways to extend with assist, right? He can even extend without assist if you know how to do it properly, if he's by himself. Like, I'm not very good at this, you gotta forgive me. You can time it to where Lariat whiffs and then you can extend, but I'm not a Bardock player anymore. Oh, there we go. Oh, I missed it. But yeah, he has some extensions by himself, right? If you get really fancy, you can do some stuff like this. I missed. But yeah, he has ways to extend by himself. But it's definitely better with the team, especially because you don't have to give up the corner. And the fact that M Mixer always gives you a ground bounce, it's so good to go into an assist into a Dragon Rush, right? A lot of assists let him do Mixer into Dragon Rush. Doesn't really matter what it is. It just gives you so much time to do it. And then let's not even talk about getting an actual proper hit. You just make your opponent explode. And then you go into double super. That's another very important thing, right? Bardock has access to double supers. So if you need to squeeze out that little bit of damage, that little itty bitty, what is like 400 damage he gets from double super? Well, he does like 1100 total, right? He only has access to this as a point character, and you're not gonna double super if you have him as anchor, right? You're gonna opt to go for the vanish to get more damage, you know, into whatever, into super. But as point, you know, you get the extension into Dragon Rush, right? Tyrant Lancer, double super, right? You milk as much as you can. I mean, yeah, Bardock can basically do it all in this game, dude. Incredible auto combo. He has a pretty good low 2L. It goes pretty far. Right? Good Ki Blast. He has good specials, right? Especially EX Lariat. EX Lariat jails. M Lariat into Vanish jails, right? Backed by like an assist and all this stuff to get a following mix-up. Bardock just do it all, man. He could do it all on any spot on the team. Now imagine that, but backed by an assist, right? Or two. Or just being able to milk anything and everything because you have a partner helping you. I mean, the one weakness he does have is mix-ups, but you clear that up by just throwing in an assist. Oh, what's that? You call Goku, dude? Oh, it's okay, dude. We get mix-ups now, right? You could opt to cross up. No. You can opt to not cross up, right? They just cover that. That's his only flaw, in my opinion, is that he doesn't have the strongest mix-ups in this game. But even then, everybody has 6M and Dragon Rush, you know, and then same side Super Dash. But him specifically as a character, he doesn't have very strong mix-ups. But that's okay, because you have a team behind you to back you. You can, in the corner, and thank my editor brought this up, in the corner you can do this, right? You can Super Dash, call your assist to get a 50-50. And if you want to make it true, you could use both assists if you don't want to risk anything. But I mean, you know, you wouldn't really have to do that most of the time. A lot of people aren't going to be ready to reflect Vanish, 2H, level 3, whatever. Anyways, that's my reasoning as to why Bardock is point or mid. He could be anywhere really, right? Not the best anchor. He's no Yamcha, Z Brawly. S Brawly's an okay anchor, right? Super Saiyan Vegeta is a pretty decent anchor. GT is a pretty decent anchor, right? He can make it happen, as opposed to some other characters, you know.